Hey, what's up? I'm your host, Christian Patterson, here to bring you this week's edition of TV20's Inside Sports Report. Glenville High School's Deshaun Bush Pierce is a senior student athlete who's used to winning. Whether he's on the wrestling mat or in the classroom, he wants to win, and winning never gets old. That winning mindset has earned him the honor of our Student Athlete of the Week. Deshaun is a third-year varsity wrestler for the Glenville Tarblooders. His freshman year, he started wrestling but quit after the first week of practice. He realized a man should never quit at anything, so he came back the following year determined to be great.
But my official year started 10th grade year, and I came through all years. I got interested in wrestling because of my brother Jonte. He was wrestling in high school, but he kept quitting too. So he'd come home and teach me some moves, and that's when I would get it from. Then I came to inside the wrestling room and seeing how it really is, and I love it.
During his first full year on the wrestling team, Deshaun excelled. Not only did he have a great overall record, he also won the Senate championship for his weight class. And Coach Dotson didn't expect that at all.
We were really proud of that because he was a very young guy compared to, we had about, I think, 3 or 4 much higher weight veterans, and he was right up under them, but he was such a young guy. We didn't think that he had much of a chance, so we weren't counting him. Like you play spades, he was a possible. And so when he came through with his championship, we were like amazed at it and very happy for him and proud of him.
Hard work and determination is what fuels Deshaun, and that's what Coach Dotson loves about him.
That is why I chose him as my captain of this team. We want a guy that represents the hard work and ethic of wrestling, period. The sport's so hard, you have to work hard in this sport. There's no doubt about it, and he gets it. I like that about him. He explains that to everybody else in his actions. He's not a big leader by mouth. He doesn't have to talk and yell at a lot of people. He's not that kind of guy. But what he does is he leads by example, and he's always willing to work a little bit harder. He's the kind of guy, like if you're in class, teacher, you forgot the homework, that's him in the wrestling room. We need 50 more push-ups, or we need sprints today, coach. He's that kind of guy. And everybody says, oh, but they know it's good for him. He's good for that.
So, just like Coach Dotson said, Deshaun is no stranger to working hard. And his math and psychology teacher, Ms. Parsh, would say the same.
Deshaun's a leader in the classroom, and he's not afraid to admit that he doesn't understand something. He's always been willing to raise his hand and say, Ms. Parsh, I don't understand. Can you help me out? So I think that shows true leadership, and not only that, but he's always been willing to help other students that are struggling with the material as well. So he just always goes above and beyond academically.
Okay. Not only does Deshaun carry a 3.1 GPA, he's also a member of the National Honor Society and the Upward Bound program.
My work ethic in the classroom is to be the best. I try to be valedictorian, but I have some classmates that's higher than me in high tech. And I try to be the best because I'll be the first of my grandmother's grandchild to go to college and get the first degree. Because my brother, he went, but he didn't stick to it. So now I'm taking on that.
Going to college and getting his degree is priority number 1 for Deshaun right now. So sticking to his schedule and his plan is very important.
I get out of practice around 6:30, go home, take a shower, do my homework, study, then go to sleep. I'm gonna go to sleep till like 10 o'clock. It's a constant progress. And I do more work on the weekends too, if it's an over weekend homework assignment.
The relationship between Deshaun and Coach Dotson has been invaluable. Coach Dotson has helped Deshaun elevate his wrestling skills while molding him into a very respectable young man.
Coach Dotson, main man. I'm glad he was able to be in my life for these 4 years. He helped me be a man and continue to do something that is hard to do because growing in my house, I didn't have a male figure. So I looked up to Dotson as he was my father.
Deshaun has an academic scholarship on the table from the University of Akron, but he still has a list of schools he's considering.
Alabama A&M, Alcorn State, Shaw University, and Lincoln University.
And although Deshaun isn't certain of what school he will attend, he already has his major picked out.
Mathematics. Because I had this dream where if I write it down, if I write something down that's something I've totally reached for. I wrote down mathematics my freshman year after speaking with my teacher, Miss Springer. And ever since then, I've been going over Upper Bound, well, this program I'm in, Upper Bound, going over math problems with my math professor. And from there, that's been a dream goal.
After winning his third consecutive Senate championship in the 182-pound division, Deshaun is headed to sectionals where Coach Dotson has high hopes for his chances of advancing to the state tournament.
I think that something great is going to happen this weekend. He did the same thing last year. He seemed to crescendo at the city championship, and we didn't know how much higher he would go. But then he took it another level higher the next week and made districts, qualify for districts. We expect nothing less this year. As a matter of fact, with the way things are set up, if he's serious right now from this day all the way through this week's practice, there's a possibility that Deshaun Bush Pierce could be our next state qualifier. It's a realistic hope for him. We really believe that can happen.
I'm Deshaun Bush Pierce, team captain for the Glenville Wrestling Team. I am TV20's Student Athlete of the Week.
Congratulations to Deshaun Bush Pierce, TV20 Student Athlete of the Week, and good luck while competing to be a state qualifier. We're going to take a quick break, but we'll be right back with more of TV20's Inside Sports Report.
Welcome home, man.
Welcome back to TV20's Inside Sports Report. I'm your host, Christian Patterson. After a heart-to-heart conversation between rapper Lazy Bone of Bone Thugs and Harmony and Snoop Dogg, the Snoop Youth Football League is now in the discussion stage of bringing the brand to the city of Cleveland. The Snoop Youth Football League Executive Board and a number of coaches from local football programs sat down for an open discussion at Glenville Rec Center.
So Snoop asked me, the commissioner, and my staff to come to Cleveland and try to see how things are done here, meet some of the potential people that will be involved if the brand was to be placed here, check the spirit, the pulse, and everything, and then based on this meeting today and how everything go, then we'll take back and sit down with him, because we don't actually know the need, the finances, we just need, so there's a lot of logistics that we need to find out before bringing this potential thing together, bringing the brand here.
Coaches had a chance to ask questions and voice their opinions on the league.
The problem I'm having with leagues is, what are the provisions that you're going to provide for the kids that don't have different things like cleats and people can't afford equipment? Are y'all going to involved in that, or to help us help the kids with that? Because Pop Warner doesn't help us with anything. And are y'all going to have grants and things for the different teams to move around the country or move around the state? Are y'all going to help with that? And as far as different teams working together in the inner city, are y'all going to promote that? Even though we're different teams, we all in one league and we all need to be together. Are y'all going to help with that? Because
the problems that Cleveland coaches are running into are the same problems that Los Angeles coaches were running into before the Snoop Youth Football League was formed. Now, with the league in place, the problems are non-existent.
Where Snoop wanted to start a football organization that basically catered to the inner city, the communities, low-income families, single-family dwellings, and just put a brand there to make football fun again, bringing unlimited weight football back, and just bringing football back to the communities because the other leagues were kind of like far distance. So he wanted to just bring football and bring fun and the family back into the community.
One of the main concerns with the coaches happened to be finances and not cutting kids who can't afford to pay to play.
I have a no child left behind thing. How do you, where I'm coming, my organization is at Martin Luther King High School right on Huff, and that's the inner city where I grew up at, where I don't turn no kids down, rather if you don't have no fees, no money to play, no money to even get cleats, you know, practice pants, we coming out of our pocket. I got a group where I got 5 or 6 coaches where we'll go to play against sports and we'll get used practice pants or used cleats. It might not be the new, you know, like, but it's kind of hard because, like I said, I have a no child left behind. In order for them to start to see, they have to show me their report card to get on the team. But it's like, that's hard. Like, I don't know, like, how do you, you know, like, go about that? Like, because, you know, you got a lot of kids. When you find out you're free, you could just come. Everybody is coming. And I want to do it to keep them off the street, you know?
And although the Snoop Youth Football League is not free, it's affordable. Commissioner Wadood stated, the league has tried going the free of charge route, but it brought too many problems.
Economically, it's affordable for the families. Of course, in the inner cities, we have, unfortunately, we have a lot of single parent homes, majority mothers. So, you know, economically, that's the first impact that's felt. Secondly, we're reuniting fathers, absentee fathers that may have, for whatever reasons, things that happen. We're reacquainting fathers with their sons. So that's the most economics in putting the men and the families and the men back, that element back into the home, that balance, that's the biggest impact.
As talks between the SYFL Executive Board and local Cleveland coaches go on, I'll continue to keep you updated with this story. Thanks for watching TV20's Inside Sports Report. Make sure you continue to tune in each and every week for an inside scoop on our Cleveland sports scene. Now stay tuned for the bottom line up front with City of Cleveland Media Relations Director Dan Williams.